Okay, so in the third video what we do is to complete the cube. What is left is to specify the key figures that we have, and then specify, after doing that, specify the navigation attributes that we have. So in order to specify the key figures, what we need to do is to first go to the key figures that we have created, which is the quantity and revenue. So if we scroll down, or actually let me so if we scroll down on the info areas, we'll find the ones that belongs to us. For me, it would be Havocor 1. So a little bit more further down, it's sorted alphabetically. There we go. So Havocor 1 is the one that I wanted to choose, and I wanted to in this one, the last one, we did the characteristics because we wanted to add material as characteristics to the product dimension. Now in this one we wanted to add something to the key figure, so we click on the key figures created, and there we go. Quantity and revenue, go to key figures, there we go. Now in addition to that, we will use some additional key figures that are already created, so we are going to see how to use them as well. So let's move to which page? Okay, here. So in addition to sales quantity and revenue, we need discount, net sales, and cost of goods that we are getting from the ones that are already developed in the UCC. So again, hit on the info object catalogs, look at look at the MU asterisk. So hit on the all info catalog objects and then check mark. Now this is the one that we use, this is the delivered characteristics that we use. We wanted to use the key figures here. Hit on the key figures, and then we'll have key figures that are developed for GBI reporting. We need discount goes, and then cost of goods goes as well, and then net sales. We are done with key figures. Now the only thing that is left, so we have the shell of the info cube completed. We now have what are the key figures, what is the meat that runs through the info cube. We know what's the structure of it through the dimension and given characteristics that we have. And we have navigation attributes that we have to choose from. Now what are these and how do they appear? Depending on the characteristics that you have here, you will have navigation attributes. How they appear here? When you are creating the info object for material, for example, you specifically specified the division and product category to be navigational attributes. So they appear because of there. For customer, similarly, if you look at the info object created for customers through the info area MU0C, you will see that country key and sales organization are the ones that are navigational attribute. What are those navigational attributes, or the dimensions that you could use in the analysis platform, for example, in order to build different queries, so they are as useful. You could choose which ones you want to use as a navigation in your info cube. So they potentially, in the info object design, you have specified they can be navigational attributes. And here you could say that, well, I don't want to use a use division. Well, I wanted to use to drill down over the product category, country key, and sales organization. Remember, not always having too many navigation attributes is good, so it's a decision that should be taught. But again, in the assignment, we are specifying all of them as attributes here. So once we do that, once we create this, We have done everything. We have created dimensions. We have assigned the characteristics to dimensions. First step. Second step, going and defining the key figures. Key figures, we choose quantity and revenue that we had created, and then choose discount, cost of goods, and net sales that were previously created, as you could see. Now, after that, the final touch is to define what our navigation attributes, and we define them. Once we do that, our favorite button is activate to create the report that we want. And once you activate it, you can see that the info cube would appear in the info area that you have. There we go. UA100 GBR reporting 4. That was the name that I specified to it. So we have created it. We have created the info cube that is required, as simple as it is. A summary, what we did. First went to the info objects, define an info area for ourselves, define catalogs for creating characteristics and key figures. In the characteristics, we created first the attributes of the main characteristic that we had, which was material. That attribute was product category. Now for the material, we then created the material characteristics and populated it with product category as its attribute. And then we added other attributes which were already developed as info object and put them in the material that we wanted to create. So that was the characteristic that we wanted to create and put it over here, and we created and did that. Also what we did was to create revenue and sales, revenue and quantity as additional key figures that we wanted to have, which were the ones that are not accessible over here. So we create them. As you can see, there's no revenue, there's no quantity over here. So we created them. And then for the rest of the key figures and rest of the characteristics like customer and calendar month, calendar year, we relied on what is already embedded in the libraries of SAP. So hopefully this together will allow you to create the info cube. Now, does the info cube as created as any data in it? No. We are going to put transaction data and we are going to put master data in it in the following weeks. That will wrap it. That will show us how to create a business warehouse and create info cubes out of it. What we have accomplished in this week is to create the structure and a structure only. If you wanted to make a parallel to SQL, it's like creating the tables, not populating it, not running any queries. We are not still doing any of those. So hopefully it helps. Let me know if you have questions. Send me an email and we can meet via Skype in the next week specifically if you wanted to meet. Good luck. Enjoy the weather. Keep safe and warm.